Welcome, everyone, to another episode of For the Sake of Heaviness. I am one of your hosts, Brian Butch Balich, and with me, as always, is the merciful one,
Yep, that's me. Merciful Mike.
merciful Mike Smith. Unless you get on his bad side, then he is merciless, Mike Smith. Tonight, we're here with Ice Howl
Yeah.
from Indiana.
Yeah.
What up?
Howdy. As we say
Howdy.
here. As we say here.
What up,
Ladies-
y'all?
Yeah,
Hey, howdy, y'all.
How y'all doing?
how y'all doing? Their latest album is The Ledger of Timeless Watchers. We're going to talk about that record and a whole lot of stuff with the band tonight. So why don't we first, everyone go around, kind of just introduce yourself, say what you do, who is your daddy and what does he do, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I'm Mark
Don't be shy.
Jackson. I play bass and do backing vocals in the band.
I'm Mike, the new drummer.
All right.
I am Jason Roach. I founded the band back in 2015, and I play guitar,
Lead guitar.
lead guitar.
Not pictured. Sir not appearing in this film. His name is Seth Critchfield, and he plays the rhythm guitar. He has to be a good boy and go to work tonight. Very responsible, very demure. And then I am Zeba Latifi, colloquially known as my real first name is J-Ron, but Zeba is my middle name. So I did the Iron Maiden thing and took my middle name as my stage name.
Awesome.
Very cool. Why don't we just start with, we always like to go back to the beginning. Jason, why don't you tell us about how you put the band together and, just give us an overview of how things got to where they are now.
Well, I used to be in a pretty big stoner doom band in Indiana called Thorax. That's where I got my musical upbringing. And there was a period of time where I left the band just because, life happens, got married, have kids, kind of that kind of stuff. Then I had this hunger within to get back into music, and I wanted to pick up where I left off. And thus Ice Howl was born. So that was founded back, I said earlier, in 2015, and the first record came out in 2016, and that was Crack the Earth. So that's the origins. Then there's everything else we can get into later on.
All right, cool. Tell us about I'm sure you're all over the map in terms of influences, but the jumping from stoner rock into, power metal.
Power metal.
Well, I'm sure that you're familiar with the 2013 to 2017 were some pretty big years for stoner rock and stoner doom. You could say that was when Ripple music and labels started like that started really gaining, started grabbing a hold of the scene across the board. It seemed like everyone had a stoner doom band at some point.
Yeah, and their mother.
Yeah, everyone had a stoner doom band. And at the time, I was just very influenced by bands like Grand Magus, The Sword, and just traditional bands. Because Indiana, we had the Gates of Slumber, and I actually knew and have worked with some of them in the past. So they
Good dudes,
obviously
man.
they had some influence on me there. Yeah, so that's where that came from. Now the transition to power metal is where everyone else comes in. Because I honestly never thought that the band would turn this direction, and I'm glad it did, because this is what I feel is like the band is what it was supposed to be to begin with. So
Right on.
I
So,
can I
Go
can
ahead,
say
Zeba.
that was pretty much me. I was talking with Jason. We were reworking songs for Reborn and Reforged, And I was asking him about some parts, and I was just like, look, I'm not trying to like overstep boundaries or anything, but like, can I switch up some of these parts, you know? Can I go a little higher here? Can I be a little more expressive here? Can we drop a few words so we can stretch things and make them more expressive? And he was like, sure, go for it. So a lot of the stuff that I was asking about, he was like, that's what I heard in my head, you know, it just didn't translate the way I wanted it to. So I think Reborn and Reforged was really me and Jason kind of just like looking at each other and being just like, US power metal? He's like, US power metal. And we're just like, well, let's fucking go for it. And then he brought some of the new tracks for the Ledger of Timeless Watchers, and I was just like, oh, please just let me do some high flying dumb bullshit over this. And he was just like, go for it. And I was just like, you have no idea what you've unleashed.
It
None.
really not. I mean, no. Like when we first got some of those initial tracks, we were all just like, what? Like is this is the band now? Holy shit. So
Well, I vividly remember sitting there with Jason while I was recording some bass parts for some stuff, and we got the vocal tracks for Tangled Darkness of Elder Gods that day.
Great song.
And I was just like, Jason, I want to record vocals right now. What can we do? It's like, I've got this idea immediately that it was just soon as we got them back, and it was like at 2 p.m. I was just like, we have got to do this.
Yeah, and we busted them out right there. And that's the demons part. That's it was born on the spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And y'all knocked it out.
I'm really hearing this thing. And then I was just like, hey, everybody, you give this a chance. And because it's one of those crazy harebrained studios schemes that you come up with.
Yeah, those are the best. Those are so much fun, and like a lot of times, like that's what makes that studio experience. Like if you come in and you're willing to make those kind of changes, like kind of like on the spot like that. Some of the coolest stuff comes out that way. I mean, it's one thing to go in like and have everything locked down and this is the way it's going to be and zip through it, but being open to come up with stuff on the spot, that's awesome. That's how
when the song just opens up on its own to you like that, you kind of know you got something special going on, so you got to just run with that.
Well, also, and two, I'm sorry, Jason, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, a dynamic of the studio that you also don't really think about until you look back on it is, if I was doing that by myself, if I was in the studio doing studio work by myself, I don't know if I could have came up with that. Right. When we looked at each other and we're like, we're gonna do this, and then when we did it, we're like, it was meant to be. Like, that was supposed to happen. That couldn't have happened without at least two of us being there for that moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
And for me on the album, where that came full circle was going up to record with Jason Bamberry and Zeba in Indianapolis to do the couple of songs like Carry On Our Name and Veneration Denied. And those were pretty much born of the same thing. I was hearing some stuff and she was hearing some stuff, and we were like, this is something different. And we were like, let's try this. And there's just layers upon layers of vocals in all of three of those songs in particular.
So like the high flying ooh parts before Carry On Our Name, those I still hear this every time I listen to the track, and I do not know how nobody else hears this. There just has to be sympathetic harmonies going on with the guitar parts, the chords, and that is what I hear when I hear those guitar parts. So I swore Jason put something into that track, and I asked him, I was like, did you put like just bury a subtle melody in the back? And he's like, nope. And I'm just like, then we're going to use it. Let's take it. Nope. So whatever guitar parts you wrote and what Seth harmonized with, it creates this sympathetic harmony just in the background that is, love it.
Very cool. Now, Zeba, what are some of your, I want to get into some of your singing influences. Like
she laughs.
You laugh like this might take
She's
a
like,
while.
buckle up, man. Here they come.
No. So like my first influence is always and forever my boy Meatloaf and Rob Halford.
Awesome.
I
Nice.
discovered the loaf in second grade when I stole my mom's Bat Out of Hell CD
Awesome.
and put it in my Walkman after school. And I think I credit that album for turning me into a metalhead because it turned me on to rock. And then from rock, I hopped to metal. And Meatloaf started it all. And then Halford, because duh, like, you got a gay metalhead growing up, and then you got Halford, like the gayest, queerest, most iconist metalhead for the gays. And it's just like, this is the guy. This is it. This is what we have to be. And beyond that, definitely Nora Luhimo. I think I'm mispronouncing her last name, from Battle Beast, now just doing her own thing. Her work on like the second and third album, transcendent. Like I heard that and I spent 3 years sitting in the car transitioning from classically trained vocals to heavy metal vocals with just figuring it out. And that is, I didn't start singing professionally until after college. So It's been very little amount of time.
When did you start? You said you were classically trained. When did you start your training?
Second grade, I picked up violin and I started in the Indianapolis Children's Choir. And then from there,
Excellent.
I picked up saxophone, cello. I went on to Vandercook College of Music, which makes you learn every band and orchestra instrument in the traditional setup to an eighth grade proficiency, along with guitar and piano and conducting and all this shit that I never use anymore, but I have tucked away here. And whenever they're bringing stuff up or they're talking like drum speak or bass speak or guitar speak, it allows me to just like pull forward and, I try not to be the typical vocalist. I am late more often than not to practice. Sorry. Can't break all the stereotypes.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm on time to gigs,
Vocalist
though.
strong,
We're
Ziva.
on time to
Vocalist
gigs.
strong.
LST.
Right.
So yeah, that's around it. It's a lot of classical mixed with like a fine edge metal voice, like not extreme metal, but enough that you're just like, there's a little grit to this. Like it rubs up against me in the right way.
Yeah, I hear this is just me, but like my first couple passes through the record, like it struck me right away as I heard. Now you didn't mention either one of them, but like I hear a lot of Midnight from Crimson Glory and a little bit of Warrell Dane in there.
Yeah, good one.
And Tate as well. Just amazing. Like your voice is incredible on this album. I think I think you sound great. Like it's the vocal melodies are, I just like the way that you handle the melodies on the album. I like the layering of the melodies. I like when the guys are doing some of the gruffer stuff in the background, but
thank you, Mark.
it's just well put together
Mark,
and like catchy. Like some of these, like the rhythms to some of the songs, man, in the title track of the album. It's like, I love that cadence to the verse on that. That's just amazing.
Yeah, I like it too. Somebody should suggest to Jason that we continue playing it live.
Oh, you didn't drop that song from your set, did you?
No. Well, we haven't even done it yet.
No.
Not in this rendition. No.
Put all the heat on me. I haven't learned it yet.
There you go. It's the new guy's fault.
Oh, the new guy.
Yeah, just blame me. Scapegoat.
Damn it, Mike.
Yeah.
So how did Mike, while we're talking to Mike, how did it come about that you ended up joining the band?
Oh, well, I'm in a band with Mark. Overload is our thrashy little outfit from Louisville, Kentucky, and he got me into the suggestion that Ice Howl
Hey man,
might
you
be
need another band. Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
do you
Mike,
need
you
yeah.
need another band to play in? Do you?
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
So it was
Mike, do you mind filling in for this?
yeah. Yeah.
Like,
What was the
it took
main
him 10 years to fill in Overload.
yeah,
After
pretty
10
much.
years, I was just like, well, I guess you're part of the band now. You've been filling in for a decade.
Here's our
Yeah.
new
You
guy.
got the gig.
The only commitment I've ever made is to my wife. So everything else is just, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more or less of hey, check out this band I'm playing with while you're here and see if you like it. Well, why should I see if I like it? Because maybe you might want to play drums for us later. There might be an opening type of deal. So yeah, as a credit to Jason and the songs are like real catchy, the super hooky parts, and Mark knows that I'm a producer at heart, and I've, as to the credit of how the studio magic happens, like you know I've recorded a bunch of bands, and the sentiment is correct where, hey, try this, it feels like this song is missing this, try this, or what if we put this here, or what if there's like a lot of producing that goes along with my brain, because I've just done it for so long, and so I can see, I mean, obviously with the Watchers album and stuff, I hate to use the word potential, but the potential that I see for the next chapter is like off the map. Like
It's good.
because there's so many pieces coming together, and I think Mark sees that I see that the the next album is just gonna be just like nuclear. So like, and I'm a good drummer as well. So
You're a
you're not
damn
missing
good drummer, Mike.
Yeah.
you're not missing a step, and everybody knows that. It's like I want to play everything fast and it's slow. It's like it's not overload. You're not playing everything fast. It's this is
Yeah.
this is the
what
You
if
tempo.
got to
we
pay.
did?
Yeah.
But what
You got
if
to
we
pace
did?
this.
Yeah, but what if we
But
did?
what if we
Then
did?
we would
Yeah, what if
become
we did?
U.S. power thrash.
Yeah, we're
Mark, you have no
multi.
idea how much I dream of these things. Like, I dream of them.
I'm game.
So
Steven's got plans, man.
So that's the cool thing about this band is that we one of the very first reviews I ever got, and this was back in 2016 for the first album. I believe it was Doom and Stoned that did the review, and one of the things that they pointed out was that they didn't want to pigeonhole this band into one particular genre.
Mhm.
And I've kind of lived by that ever since, because there's trends come and go, but at the heart, the thing that I wanted to do was make this a experience where we can come and go,
Mhm.
and try different things, try different styles, try different, maybe on this song we kind of lean more towards this genre or this, but at the heart of everything is what makes this band a core is just certain aspects, and then that gives us room to play, doing different things, and that's what makes this dynamic so cool, because we all have different backgrounds and we all have different ideas, and I'm not the kind of person that knocks those ideas down. I want to live those ideas, because that's how you keep things interesting, and that keeps you from being repetitive, doing the same thing over and over.
Right.
And in a microcosm, you have to, I mean, just laying it out, you have to serve the song. What is the song trying to say?
Absolutely.
And then you surround the song with the best way it can be presented. And genre be damned, you're doing justice to the
Right.
song by keeping what the song wants to be.
I like
I'm
what you
pretty
said though,
sure-
Jason, because it kind of takes the stress and anxiety away on both sides of that coin. As a band, you don't have to worry about what the expectations are for another album, because you're staying true to wherever you want to go with it. But on the fan side of that, I like that a lot too, because you don't know what to expect because it's ever evolving. So the next album's going to be like this, and it just keeps the excitement level up. I like when bands do that. So, kudos to you guys for that.
Yeah. Well, but I guarantee you the next album's going to have plenty of screams.
Good.
That ain't going nowhere.
They're
so.
coming.
That ain't going nowhere.
It's going to be more bang for your buck.
It works too well. It really does.
I did tell Jason, I was just like, I'm waiting for the comment when someone says, why does it need so many power screams? And I'm going to be like, look, that sounds like a talent problem on your end, not mine. So we haven't received that comment yet, but I'm waiting for someone to be like, oh, there's too much of this. And I'm just like, well, go listen to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about the creative part of it, do you guys normally kind of start the creative process building upon a riff or a vocal line? Because I know a lot of bands, it's either one or the other for that. So where do you guys go?
Well,
well,
go ahead.
I know, I can see what she's doing.
Okay, so neutral guy here.
Go ahead, Mark.
So currently for the Ledger of Timeless Watchers, we did have quite a bit of riffs that Jason had already approached us with and then had kept adding to as time went on. Now, for what is coming up next, I can say that we are wanting to we've actually had this really cool idea to maybe where we could take like a drum set with us to like an Airbnb and rent a cabin for like a week.
Has to be haunted though. Haunted Airbnb.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a braver man than I, man.
No sleep for any of us.
Yeah, I mean, is the Gacy house? Is that a?
No, Mark,
no.
Too far.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, we can't go to that one. No. So we were talking about doing that and actually getting more in a room together and actually fleshing more ideas out as a band and letting it happen more organically and naturally together as a more collaborative effort. And not saying that what we did currently wasn't collaborative, because obviously, like we were talking a minute ago with all the vocal ideas and just like the layering and such, it was definitely collaborative overall. But like with the next group of songs, I think we've got a different mindset in set up to keep fresh ideas and to build upon what we already have.
I think Mark's being really nice about the last album, because Jason would send me like the pretty much finalized instrumental tracks. He'd be like, here you go. And I'm just like, okay, I'll send you the final vocals. And then that was it. Like, so he would have ideas for this song and I'd send the vocals back and he'd be like, I don't know what you did, but that's not what I have in mind, but it sounds great. Like, it sounds amazing. Guess we're going to send it. And I'm just like, we don't have time to not send it, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
And honestly, that's how the US power metal thing really came more into fruition, was having two dynamic creative forces kind of somewhat clashing with one another about, okay, sending an instrumental track and saying, here's what I have.
What you got?
And obviously, there's always communication. Like, we don't understand necessarily how to communicate well with each other, but sometimes doing that the way it happens, you get something like what was released with the Ledger of Timeless Watchers, I think.
I don't know. Like, really, we do communicate pretty good. I think where we run into trouble is that there is so much going on, even between our own personal lives. Is that it's like, hey, we talked about this, and we're like,
no, we didn't.
No, we didn't. And there's been times where I've like, we never talked about that, and Mark will literally like 2 seconds later throw me back a screenshot, and he's like, here's where I said it to you. And I'm like,
happened to everyone.
Mark comes with receipts. And then every time I'm just like, well,
fuck me, okay. Well, I can't argue that, but
No, because hey, I've been in too many bands where too many people fight over stupid BS that is just like, I try not to do that anymore, and I'm just like, no, we did. I remember it.
So
I'm not gaslighting you, I promise.
I think this would also be a good time to also mention that while Mike is here with us now, Mike did not do the drums on this album. Kyle Wilcher did the drums for this album, and he was our drummer for about he joined when everyone else. Yeah, he joined when everyone else when Mark and J-Ron did. And so we're not going to go too deep into the woods, but we love Kyle. He has a really cool band called Rat King. He's still doing stuff. But we had some things happen, and he had to step out of the band, and that's when Mike stepped in. Cool thing, no, Mike is actually in the album.
Mike.
Yeah, and I personally wanted to do that. I wanted him to have his mark in this because I was like, you know what, this is a point where we're transitioning. It'd be cool to have you officially like brought into this by at least. So we have a little interlude track in Ashes and Embers, and he's providing some of the sound effects and some voices in the background in that. So
studio magic.
He did his producer thing, and then he was just like, okay, everybody do this, and then he was like dropping dice on the table, and then Jason got some coins and was like dropping coins on the table.
We got drill.
We got Mike like sexy whispering into the microphone somewhere buried in the background. Like
there are some pretty suggestive things that you can hear as well.
That's you, Mark.
That's not.
I'm gonna have to give this out. Headphone listen.
Then ASMR. Yeah, you need.
Yeah. Well, then I yelled, "Take it all."
That's Jason.
Oh my.
So I mean, this is the cool thing. But yeah, we love Kyle, and we're grateful and thankful for the time we had with him and his awesome drum work in the Ledger of Timeless Watchers. And yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jason, I don't think Kyle's too high in the mix, by the way. I think you put exactly the right amount of drums into the album.
Yeah. I saw one comment. They're like, whoever produces must really love that drummer.
Oh,
yeah. Paid off.
I was like, I
used
to be a drummer. I used to be a drummer, so I naturally the drummer ears come out.
Yeah, and it's funny because Kyle plays guitar in Rat King, right?
Yeah.
Now he does.
So it's a swap.
He pretty much plays everything.
Yeah.
He's talented. He's really talented.
Now, as far as lyrics go, Ziba, it sounds like you're saying like now that, Jason's sending you material, so you're just jumping in, you're handling all the most of the melodies, and then do you handle all the lyrics, or do you guys?
For that album, I handled all the lyrics.
Right.
Yeah. On the upcoming album, obviously we're looking to be a little more collaborative and whatnot. Right. But I do like my high fantasy and my historical fiction books, so I am very picky about lyrics and the way that they read and the way that they flow.
Right.
So I do ask everyone I work with, I'm just like, please just let me tweak stuff, but I swear I will keep the meat and potatoes of everything you put into the song.
Yeah, I mean that's important. I think I can definitely, agree with you as a singer that, there's certain, I know in the past, like I've had things where it's like I'm handed a set of lyrics and it's something that I'm like, I would never word this like that, or it's going to be slightly off, and it's important to work with people, I think, that then are cool with like, like you said, you keep the meaning of the song. If you have to tweak it so it fits like what your idea is for the melody better so that it flows really well. What are your you say high fantasy and historical fiction, like what are some of your big ones? Like what are your go-tos for
Inspiration.
Right now I am on book 7 of Malazan Book of the Fallen.
oh man.
Yeah. He has absolutely ruined me for all other fantasy authors. Obviously we're a huge Tolkien fan. I have Thorn, Oak, and Shield on my arm here playing a Rickenbacker. Um,
Nice.
and
cool.
it it all it all stems from childhood. I was raised by two nerds, house full of nerds. We were surrounded by books and chemistry sets, and my mom was an electrical engineer and my dad was an analytical chemist. So it's just like, you're not getting away from this, kid. You're stuck. And it kind of bled over. I don't know how we even got onto the subject of like timeless watchers. Um, do either of you remember how that started? Because I sure don't.
Well, so the Ledger Timeless Watchers is a concept record, and
Mhm.
yeah, so if that
I
if
just
that
remembered. I just
okay
remembered.
okay.
Sorry, you just triggered the memory.
There we go.
I play a lot of D&D, and there was a
Okay.
situation that came up where a player got trapped in a gym, like it had an entrapment curse on it, and it pulled him into the gym. And the album started out as an interpretation of Dante's Inferno, where you go down the steps of hell, and this man starts in the first level of hell, which is quite benign when you actually read Dante's Inferno. It can happen to anybody. But so he gets trapped in this orb because he is attempting to do this last desperate act to like save his family, feed his family. And that's where the lyrics came from, where it leads into like, what's a man to do when desperation calls or falls or whatever it is. I can't even remember them live, so don't ask me to do it on camera. But he uh he does this desperate act. He gets pulled into the gym, and then he spends 3, 4, 5 songs just witnessing more and more heinous acts until he falls into the hands of an acolyte of the cult of Elder Darkness gods, all the cool baddie guys. And eventually he is able to break through into this acolyte's mind and whisper just very, that's what Carry On Our Name essentially is the gym, the soul in the gym is broken through to the acolyte. And he's like, it doesn't have to be this way. You were not this person before. You can break the cycle. And then they reach the last level of hell, and at the penultimate moment, when this acolyte is about to shove a khanjar or a dagger into this person's heart, he decides no, and he turns on the lead elder god cultist and kills him instead, thus undoing this ultimate plan that they have and essentially shredding this timeline of existence and restarting entirely. And that's the album. And then the Ledger of Timeless Watchers hop in a portal, and we're gonna go somewhere else for the next album.
Very cool. So I guess do you also have that have you written all that? Is it all written out like do you have it like in story form or anything like that?
I have
Have
an
you thought
album
about
outline.
writing like
Yeah,
I
like an
do have an
addendum
album
book.
outline.
Coloring book for
Um,
kids.
oh, so I do want to give a shout out. Jason mentioned earlier that there were a lot of stoner and doom metal bands in Indiana, what is it, like 12, 13 years ago now? I do want to shout out a power metal band from Indiana that doesn't get enough love, and their name are Lauren Guard. And I don't know if anybody remembers these guys, knows these guys, but
I think I do.
Brady Sadler is is a hell of an author. So I think if I did this and I created a book, I would have to credit him because that is exactly what he did with Lauren Guard.
that would be very cool.
When I
Oh,
get the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, can you give a plug to the artist, because the artwork
It's
on the
incredible.
album is absolutely incredible.
It's
You can,
amazing.
That
I mean, you
is-
can get lost in that. Just
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's always something new
So-
to see.
That is definitely an interesting one, because I followed this guy when I opened up my Instagram again back in like 2020. I follow one of the first people I followed was the Pit Forge, Daniel Porta, artist from Mexico, who obviously we elected to use him for this because his art style over the years, just his logo work is amazing. His graphic art is amazing, and there are so many interesting little nuances that are on that cover on both sides of it, on both EP covers and the album itself, where there's so many interesting things that are there but not there. That were not consciously put in. But I mean, I see weird things in it, but that's just me. And I've had other people say, "Do you see these like skulls in these hands?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Are you like serious?" I'm like, but yeah, Daniel Porta, the Pit Forge on Instagram, give him a like, give him a follow. He does amazing work. And just zooming in, like, I know you all have the digital copies of this, but like, just when you even just zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, there is so much. Yes, Mike. Yes, absolutely. There is just so much detail in there, and like the canvas that he used on everything was just so great. I couldn't give him enough praise, honestly.
Oh, yeah. And he's quick. He's quick. He's professional. He's communicative. All of the
Yes.
horror stories you hear about working with some artists, you will have none of them with him. He is fantastic.
Just such an amazing piece, because not only is it, expansive, but every time you come back to look at it, it's like another reinterpretation of what you're seeing. Artwork like that is kind of few and far between, but this is just brilliant.
Thank you for
Thank
your talents, Mike Taylor Vanna White.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at that.
Oh, that's super cool.
And that is actually a riff of Salem, who actually starred in our Three of Blades video, who inadvertently kills me on screen, and I become one of the wraiths to help them get the Omphalos.
Yeah, get it.
Get it.
Kill Mark some more.
Get it. Kill Mark some more.
Yeah.
Now, I think when I initially contacted you guys, you mentioned that you were about to finalize a deal to get to put the record out and put this out in physical. Okay, can you talk about that now, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Jason, go ahead with that.
So the day we dropped the album, I got a message from Alone Records out of Greece.
Oh, wow.
And we pretty much signed it a week later.
Nice.
At our
Because
because
2 days.
it was pretty much right away.
Remember when I said potential?
Yeah. So of course, we just got the message in a Bandcamp message, and of course I was like, for real. and I started looking into Alone Records, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard of Alone Records before. I think I've heard other people talk about Alone Records.
Yep.
And so we reached out, and we reached out to Alicia, who's just rejoined Judicator.
Sure.
And
Right.
and she gave us yeah, I've worked with Alone Records. You should definitely do that. And we're like, okay, then that's that.
Hashtag not a
Like-
scam.
Shout out
Yeah.
to our Pally Allie. I love her. She has come through time and time again on basically vetting some of these sources that come through just, with these, it seems impossible. Like, you put out an album that you spent a year and you think nobody's going to care about it. And then some guy in Greece is sending you an email. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we signed the deal, and the album is off to the presses as we speak.
Nice. CD and vinyl, or
CD and vinyl.
Sweet.
There'll be two variants of the vinyl. There's going to be a pink smoke variant. That's really really neat. And then of course a standard black vinyl, or black LP, and so a lot of those will be available on the European store, which unfortunately you can't pre-order from. You can pre-order there for now if you're in Europe. We are going to receive some copies. We're not gonna. I mean, it's the standard. We'll get some copies and we'll have them available here. So I think these are gonna go over pretty well. So we're incredibly excited because this is the first time we've ever had that opportunity presented to us too.
Mike's selling it, man.
Now they're going.
Yeah, we're not laughing at you. He's just like,
now you see it, now you don't.
Yeah,
like
yes.
Vince on the Home Shopping Network over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
you can buy physical copies at our shows.
So you see, we have CDs available, but we had those ordered before the record label got to us.
Right.
Sure.
And of course we're like, hey, we got CDs already, and we're like, can we find a way to work with this? And they were very understanding of that. So,
you guys have an estimated street date for when the physical copies will be available?
I was told after August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So September, October is probably the window, I would imagine.
That's a pretty good turnaround time for vinyl nowadays.
That's not bad.
Yeah. There was one point where everyone was waiting like a year to get their vinyl in. So
absolutely,
so that's pretty good.
It was nuts. There were some bands that were waiting 18 months on things, especially around 2021, 2022.
Oh, yeah.
And right after COVID, and
that was 4 years ago, Mark. Live in the now. 4 years ago.
But still, I mean, it still
you're
has
that
an effect on the vinyl.
by the turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it still has had an effect.
Didn't one of the manufacturing, like major manufacturing plants, like have some major
had a fire and it burned down, and there was, and that was one of the ones I believe in the Czech Republic that had happened, and they specifically did 7-inch pressing, and that's why a lot of the 7-inch singles and stuff didn't come out for a long time.
There was only so many plants that still had the capability to make the plates for the stamping.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose one, then that bottlenecks everybody. So
don't forget Adele.
Oh yeah,
and Adele messed everything up.
Adele.
She jammed everything up.
Adele and Taylor Swift, both of them overprinting albums like vinyl specifically like crazy, just way overproducing. And
Metallica bought Furnace out during that time period as well.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a massive change to the vinyl industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the days of $15 records are gone.
Dude, it's Mike and I talk about this all the time. A lot of the time, especially new releases that we really like, of course, the both of us love to get the records on, get them on albums on vinyl, and anymore it's, Mike and I were talking about, I might have to start dipping back into CDs because the days like paying, like it was, go 25 is cool, 30 okay, like now we're getting to 35 for single records. I saw one for 40. It's like it's a
35 and 40 are starting to become the standd now.
Well, I think that's because I think that's become a standard due to things like Elastic Stage and Kunaki.
Mm-hmm.
Single press companies. There's a ton of lathe cut companies that you see advertising on Instagram, and they're like $20, $30 all in. And, especially with like a company like Kunaki and Elastic Stage, you can order it, ship it direct to your customer from there. And it comes from Europe and it's like 12 days. It's really fast. And the quality is really good, but they're like $30 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And when people order 5 or 10 of them for their merch table on tour, they're just trying to recoup it at as minimal as possible and marking them at 40. And it's hard to get. And I really wish that there were more places that people could actually get quality vinyl and not have to do stuff like that. Because I see it all the time too. Go ahead.
Weren't we quoted like $1,000 for 50 of just like a base black, not even a color variant?
Wow.
And that was a local company that I know that presses vinyl, and that was without jackets even.
Yeah, that's too much. That's
You weren't getting the friend discount, Mark. They told you that's the go away price. We're busy.
I don't know. That's the standard price. So, and I wish.
So what are the live plans to support the album? Like local shows, like a little touring over here. It's now having a label over in Greece, maybe going overseas.
Wow. I'm so glad you brought this up because Merciful Mike and I were talking about this before about when we were going to release this episode. So breaking news here, we're going on tour in September.
That's awesome.
The Music of the Myar tour with Perennial Quest, which Zeba is blaring vocals for them now as well. So she's got her work cut out for her.
Double duty.
Double
duty.
Good for you.
That's fantastic.
She's going to be singing about 70 minutes a night.
Awesome.
Over 2 sets. We're going to be doing 6 dates. We're doing Terre Haute, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Fort Wayne, and Louisville.
I didn't hear Pittsburgh in there. Where's Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh unfortunately didn't make it this time, but we're going to try for it soon.
We have Andy Warhol in our heart.
Yeah.
I can always help.
I'll keep my eye on that Cleveland date. That's not too far of a drive for me if it's a date that I can make. I would love to see you live.
It is going to be on the 19th of September.
Because that's a Saturday, isn't it?
That is a Saturday.
What's the date for Chicago?
It's pre-gaming Riot Fest.
Pre-gaming Riot Fest on 9/17.
Oh, that'll be great. Okay. You ever need help getting a little further up here to Milwaukee? Let me know. I'll help.
Absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, the cool thing is we do have not only is Perennial Quest tagging on to this tour as well, but we also have Thunder Goat from Toma, Wisconsin coming down.
Excellent. Yeah. And
jumping on some dates with us as well across 4 of the shows. And we're going to end it's pretty much the tour to get away from Louisville for Louder Than Life.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're pre-gaming Riot Fest, then we're going to Detroit, and then Cleveland, and then Fort Wayne.
Fantastic. So, congrats. That's great news.
And it is the Music of the Myar tour.
Right on. Will the focus mainly be the new record, or will you like rework some of the older stuff now to play it live to fit Zeba's voice, or?
At current plans, I think we're actually leaning towards more of the new album.
Majority of the new album.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, majority of the set will be the new album. So
yeah.
I was about to say, don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby,
No.
because I still have to
No.
learn all of Perennial Quest backlog.
No, the majority of the set
Yeah.
we have one song that's over 7 minutes long. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is a chunky one.
And with this too, you know, we're playing in some amazing clubs. We're playing at Livewire in Chicago. We are playing
place.
at Parts and Labor in Detroit. We are going to be at the Maple Grove Tavern in Cleveland, and then at Carl's Tavern, and then at Mag Bar.
Excellent. Very nice.
Nice run.
I wanted to ask too, and I maybe I'm just losing my mind, but did I see you listed as one of the participants in the Mad with Power Fest at one point, and then I didn't see you, or am I completely seeing things? Because I swore I saw you guys listed on that at one point.
nope.
Okay.
It's news to me.
Yeah.
Because when I remember when Butch said that we were going to be interviewing Ice Howl, I was like, oh, I think they were on the Mad with Power roster, or maybe it was last year. I couldn't remember.
I've been to
but-
Mad with Power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason is
great.
active in that scene. Jason's pretty active in that, so you might have crossed paths that way,
That's
seeing his
possible.
name with Ice Howl.
Okay, that's possible too. Because I've in my years of booking too, I worked with Lords of Trident a little bit, and Ty's a really good guy, and I'd love to see your name on that roster because it would work out perfectly.
We would love to get up there and do it.
Absolutely.
We have done Legions of Metal. That was one festival that we have done.
Yep.
Um,
Good one.
yeah, we'd love to travel and do more festivals. You mentioned going overseas. That's something we would love to eventually do too, and that's something we're actively trying to
I've got
figure out how
my
one day.
passport. Give me a show to play on.
There you go. I've got mine too. So
Love
I
it.
was like, I think our main hiccup is going to be getting the half Iranian chick back into the country.
Wow.
That's going to be the problem.
You'll be all right. We can vouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like stick me an oversized suitcase or something. I'm fine. Give me like a bottle of water and some Oreos. We'll be good.
As long as we're not crossing out of DC or anything, I guess.
yeah, given the opportunity, we would absolutely love to go travel. So yeah, we've pretty much we're ready for it. So
Very cool. In terms of the live show, with the fantastic elements of the music and the lyrics, and then judging by your stage names, is there I haven't seen you live, so is there a visual aspect that you want to start incorporating into the band, or is it just are you just just get your metal
I see
jeans
that
and
smile.
stuff on? And
She's got ideas. I can see it already.
Well, it's
I
funny.
have-
She's over here grinning because of me, actually.
well,
So
I see,
Mark
and
has-
I'm grinning because of our other guitarist.
Yes.
Seth can't find a pair of black shoes to save his damn life, and I love
No.
him, but holy shit, Seth, just go to Walmart.
Well, Mark found a pair of these
Leather pants.
these leather pants,
Oh god.
and at last practice, he's like try these on, and he came back out here, and he's just like, are you serious? he messaged me afterwards. He goes, "You're not going to make me do that, are you?" And I was like, "I'm not." I said, "I'm not going to force you to do it."
Oh.
It had a zipper where the sun doesn't shine.
Yes. So they like unzipped all
Mark,
the way
you had
around.
to try on the GIMP pants for real?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
God damn, dude.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
tried
happens
them
when you
on.
don't show up for practice. You
Commit
know?
to the bit.
Look,
yeah,
I was contractually obligated to be at another rehearsal.
I know.
that's for airing out so that you don't have to take the pants off. You just
That's right.
Get a blow
Well, that's
dryer
what I
out,
said,
dry
dude.
your junk
Just
off.
wear a belt and you turn them into chaps.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just wear black underwear and no one will ever know.
You know how freeing that would be on stage? Like you just stand over a fan. Oh, that's amazing. Actually, I'll wear those. Thank you.
There you go.
Like, I'll take
Mark.
those. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Mark, do you have the thing near you?
Yes, actually. So there is some pretty cool stuff that is coming about.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we're talking
Got a
about
Gene
stage
Simmons
show,
face.
right?
You see that,
Okay.
Mike?
I
Okay.
did. I saw it immediately.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even notice that till you got up and drew like attention as you were walking past it. But is that a Gene Simmons bass behind you?
Yes, it is.
That's
I
awesome.
play this on stage actually. So
Sweet.
Mhm.
we actually the cool thing that I have come up with for we're going to be doing a music video and in October and such, but along with that we've tried to incorporate because Mike Taylor has made it a point to me because there seems to be a trend these days where more people are wearing earplugs to shows
Uh-huh.
than when I grew up. Honestly,
We love.
it seemed like when I was a teenager, nobody ever wore earplugs. We
didn't
it
want to
was the
look
metal.
uncool,
We
man.
didn't care. It was we didn't care if our ears rang for 3 days after hearing Midnight. So we have incorporated what music videos that we do have into kind of lyric videos to go along with the backgrounds on stage.
Very cool.
So when you can hear, when you're hearing the muffled band as it is with your earplugs, you can still see what's being sang on stage as well. And with that, we have in this awesome new mask from the Ledger of Timeless Watchers that maybe somebody would be playing on stage eventually.
Very cool.
That's cool.
So this is Herbert at this point.
Pervert.
Is he a pervert?
Herbert.
The pervert.
You're gonna play some
Oh.
songs for me, huh?
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's
no.
With
Mike,
this
you went
sexy
there,
Gene
didn't you?
Simmons bass.
No.
but that's pretty much the cultist on the album cover.
The
That's
cultist on the
Yeah.
album cover. This is a stand-in for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
And we're going, like I said, the video that we're going to be shooting for that is going to be for Carry On, our name. And yeah, look forward to it. Hopefully we're shooting for a Christmas release.
Very cool.
yeah.
But yeah,
And-
we do actually have some pretty cool stage props and some stage show that we do as well.
Oh, Mark's underselling himself. He
Yes.
spends hours crafting these lyric videos. He is the man behind the columns on stage,
Stage props.
the stage props. The what is James Hetfield, our little merch guy? That's him.
Yes. Our
Yeah.
Hetfield is James.
Yeah.
Hey,
Our merch guy
hey.
is James Hetfield.
Can we tell that quick story about when we opened for Satan?
Oh God.
Oh
yeah.
yes, that was amazing. That was
What-
amazing.
What Brian said to Mark and I?
Yeah, so
Crazy.
I'm standing here with this it's a mannequin it's our merch mannequin, and it's just a torso, a male torso, and we have a skull that we put on it with light up eyes. And years ago, when I bought this for Overload, I named it James because James, our merch guy, is the lead singer of Metallica. So naturally, it's our merch guy for Ice Howl as well. And Brian Ross was standing there, and he goes, "Well, next time you see James or Laws, tell him Brian says hi." Like, yeah, like I'm just gonna run into him tomorrow or in a couple of weeks, and I'm just like, "All right, man, I will." And Jason looks at me and he's like, Did that just happen?
That was a crazy show.
That
Yeah, it
was fun.
Well, the
It
thing is,
was.
you never know who knows anybody. So,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know a lot of
absolutely.
people. Yeah. It's like you can just Facebook message them, and it's like people get weirded out if you know a whole bunch of different people. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's no big deal. It's like
Yeah.
people are regular people. It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really it's really the pirate's life.
from
You know,
Ish.
with the people that you
Right.
know in this business.
Yeah, you just never know who you're gonna come across or who's gonna,
Or
you
who
know,
knows who.
who knows
Yeah.
who, or
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
Mike, you know Bobby in Nashville. I met him at a truck stop at 3 a.m. because he saw a Savage Master patch on my vest.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah, we should tour with Savage Master. What would that look like?
That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
They're a
That'd be
fun
really
live
fun.
band. I love
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Shout
Mhm.
outs to Adam and Stacy and everybody and
Nick.
River and Nick.
Hell yeah.
Well, listen, what was I going to say? Here's what happens when you're 55. I say this at least once an episode. Like I get to a point where I'm like, I know I want to say something, and then I'm trying to.
It's okay.
If you guys, where can people go right now? I know you said you do have some CDs you independently press. Like, where can people go to get merch and check out news? Like, plug all that while you're here. You can find out news about Ice Howl and get some stuff.
We're most active on Facebook, so you can find us. I believe it's Ice Howl Official. We're easy to find on there. So if you just type in Ice Howl, we'll pop up on there. We got Instagram. We got Instagram. We got all the things. You can purchase our music on icehowl.bandcamp.com. Yeah, and then if you're over in Europe, Alone Records will have our new album. Yeah, I mean, we're at the shows and all that stuff, and we're out of Indiana. We talk to a lot of people. We try to get out as much as we can. So if you ever pass through, you probably run into one of us at Black Circle or wherever else. If you're in Louisville, you'll probably run into Mark down there. I mean, yeah. And Mike as well. And you probably won't run into Seth much.
He's the vampire now.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
yeah. Go along with his black pants.
Yeah, his gimp pants.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Jaron, you're going to be seeing a lot of her. You know, when Perennial Quest with us, all the great things that she's doing. Like I said,
Just recently did Strive Dance.
Her story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had
And
the history of
enslaved
rock.
on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 6 months of hard work. It was like an hour and a half of covers from like Tina Turner to Cher to Janis Joplin to Stevie Nicks to Jefferson Airplane, and I got to work with some amazing musicians on that. And there were 3 singers, so I had 2 other fantastic ladies with me holding it down, and there was a fully choreographed dance company behind every song.
Nice.
So it's the first time I've ever done something like that, and it was amazing.
That's super
and I'm
cool.
going back next year as Roberta Plant for their Led Zeppelin tribute show.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Roberta Plant, I love it.
And then there's also, I got to shout it out. There's a project in the works. It's already been announced. It's not like secret, but it is still in the works. An Epic Doom project with our girl Allie Cordisco from Judicator, Transgressive, and it's called Trimmer Tusk, and it'll be Epic Doom, just very riff focused, and just heavy melodic vocals, nothing too extreme, just very expressive. And then we'll have Chris Latta on bass from Lavaborn and Spirit Division.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that. You guys, you'll have to come on when that's ready to go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when it's ready to
Absolutely.
go, we'll let you know.
And again, like open invite to all of you. You want to come back on the show? Like Mike and I'd be glad to have you. You know, if anytime you got something to promote or you just want to shoot the shit about something, you know, just hit us up.
Mark, you working on
your casa is your casa.
Same.
Currently not, but I wish we were, J-Ron.
Hell yeah.
What? I feel like I gotta show some more skin because
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess my highly attractive 5XL Rasta Wolf shirt that I go sleep in.
I just like how Jason, myself, and J-Ron all have bases in our screens.
Oh yeah,
and there's two Peavies and a Gene Simmons.
All right, well, hold on,
Peavy base.
Oh shit, Mike, go get your base.
Oh
Mike's
shit, we're getting into Spinal Tap. We're getting into big bottom territory.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
Oh yeah, Mike's
oh shit!
Look at that thing that needs to be cleaned. That headstock is well loved.
Clean your head.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
play the.
That's his wife's job.
Man, clean that dirty thing.
Oh, there you
go. Clean that dirty base.
Yeah,
I'll clean it eventually. I ain't got time for everything. I got to work on our backing tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got to play some keyboard parts.
True. It's true.
This has been
also
really
on
fun.
the tour. Are you and Dan gonna have like keyboard battles? Because I would love to see that.
No, I have arthritis.
Oh, that's a nice cop.
I'm just playing chords. That's all I'm doing.
No Greg Giuffria isms from you. No Rick Wakeman isms.
I like short songs. Rick Wakeman, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, it really, Jason was just saying, like, I really did have fun having you on the show. I'm really glad you took the time to come on with us tonight.
This has been awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
we're a lively bunch.
Yeah, you guys are you're a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I like you guys.
Come out and see us. We don't bite
I mean,
hard.
That's what we tell people on stage. We're just a bunch of nerds with day jobs who this isn't a burden for us most of the time. You know, sometimes it gets to be a bit much, but like when you get to play on stage with people that you respect and care about, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, that's the best. It really is.
Come talk Tolkien with us.
Yeah,
ooh, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
Bring your magic cards to the show.
Magic.
Okay.
Steph and I will fuck some shit up with some commander decks.
Anything over Ice Age? No.
I'll bring my brother-in-law. He's a big Magic the Gathering.
There we go.
There you go.
There's always one somewhere.
One of these years, I'm gonna get around to reading Malazan. I don't know if I'm smart enough for that one yet. I'm working up to it.
Oh,
it's like the Gravity's Rainbow of fantasy or something, you know?
I beg you to just hold on through the first book. So the first book is technically a prequel to the series. Just hold on and get into the second book, and I swear it'll grab you.
It's on the list. It's on my TBR. I've got the first 5 sitting on my shelf, and it's like that between that and the Wheel of Time. It's like I got to get to both of those in the next few years.
And I'm just a normie over here.
What's that?
I said, and I'm just a normie over here, like singing the praises of Project Hail Mary, like a noob.
That's a good book, though.
I'm dying.
I know. Just any good media nowadays, it's like, you know, everybody latches onto. It's like, yeah, there's a starving, everybody's starving for like real like interaction and authentic stuff. Like Jason can tell you about the AI stuff. Like you know, you want real authentic stuff. We're the real deal, pal.
Dude, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was telling Mike about Mike and I like send music back and forth to each other, and there was this band I found on. I don't know where I heard about them, but I looked them up on. They had a Bandcamp, and they were on Spotify. Called Golgothor, and they were supposed to be from Finland. I swear to God, I listened to it. I'm like, this is awesome. And I sent it to Mike, and he's like, I don't know. I might need a few more listens. And I went back to find the page again to see if there was a physical release for it yet, and it's all gone. Everything from the label's gone. Like, and I'm like, I guarantee. After I looked at the art, I'm like, I guarantee it was an AI band. I can find nothing about the band members. Or I'm like, I got taken. I'm like, and I usually like to think that I'm pretty good at like spotting from the art, even just from the art, or if they don't have like, you see this stuff popping up, and it's like, well, you don't see real pictures of real people or whatever, and it's like,
if it sounds too good, and they have nothing attached to them, that's when I'm like, red flag number one.
No Encyclopedia Metallum page.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Dead giveaway.
Jason, we got accused of being
Wikipedia
too classic sounding and overproduced.
Yeah, we're too overproduced, Jason.
Well,
So
hey.
I was like, you can hear me breathe on the album. You think if we were too overproduced, we wouldn't have chopped that shit out? Like,
hey, did you see Bob Byrne asked me if my picture today was AI?
Yes.
and I said no. I said that was a professional photo shoot. And he goes, he goes, what do you do? He says, what do you do to make yourself look so young? I said, hire a really good photographer.
Lighting. Yeah, lighting. Yeah, I look old.
it's okay. You know what we'll do, Mike? We'll get you some little eye masks for the road, so that way when we're driving, we can all just put them on and look refreshed.
Yeah, definitely.
Some
sea urchin, cucumber masks and stuff. Yeah,
one of those masks you put in the freezer and then put on your face.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's how you got one of those. The door guy be like, "Hey, we're Ice Howl. We're here to play tonight."
Excuse me while I put some preparation H underneath my eyelids.
Right.
Yeah. I got a whole stash of that. Wait till you get older, Jason.
Hey,
it won't be funny.
It works.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Miss Congeniality was not wrong. It works.
It does work.
Tux medicated pads. And on that note, what else do you want to promote?
Hey,
this is about to devolve.
Hold on.
Yeah, totally.
You all got to talk about TV shows and stuff earlier. I didn't get the chance to say Ocarina of Time, so I wanted to throw that one out there. That's what I'm looking forward to this year. So
it's AI. It's AI. It's not.
It's all AI. Yeah. Everything you love is AI.
Everything you love.
I would.
Was AI.
I would burn everything to the ground if they did that to me.
They will one day. They will.
One day.
They're gonna try it.
One day.
Oh, just look at what Sharon Osbourne's trying to finagle with AI now. So like nobody, the bar is in hell. It's in hell.
I really hated that she's like, Ozzy would have liked this. And I'm like,
I don't think so.
She's been saying that for like 30 years, though.
Like, come on.
Yeah. She's only doing that because we had the Dio hologram, so she's got to do one better now.
Yeah.
Sure. But even when Dio backed off of that, like they're going to do that tour again, but they're not going to have the hologram. They're going to have like video or whatever.
At least the hologram had some semblance of originality to it. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying at least it had that. But no, let's just leave them all alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind
leave them alone.
I don't, what is it? I'm trying to think specifically. Like, I think Paul McCartney and some of his shows, like where they'll have like songs that him and John did or something, like during, like just like in one song, they'll have like a video behind where John's singing his parts, whatever.
Cool.
And so that seems respectful, not like a freaking hologram for the whole show, like front and center. That seems like a money grab.
Well, hang on to your seats for the Kiss avatars, because that's the next thing coming.
Well, if that, the ABBA one was huge. So, I mean, that.
And still is. Evidently, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that has gone to that, I haven't heard not a single negative review. So if Kiss is following suit, I don't know. Where does it end?
I mean, I'd also say that this is counterproductive to the new wave of music coming in, because if you never let go of these just gods of the various genres, various subgenres, whatever, you're never going to give room for new gods to emerge. And as we all know, throughout the history of time, gods are forgotten, new gods come into whatever.
Right.
That's just the way linear time works. And I am not a fan of old heads, who are just like, there was no good metal past the 80s. And I'm just like, you're just too lazy to go find it.
We say that
Agreed.
all the time.
We talk about that all the time.
So someone literally told me the other day, they're like, well, like, I can't remember, it was some sort of tour was coming through here, and I was like, again, it's always like every year, like, oh, this band's going on tour. It's like, why don't you go see someone, go see a different band? And they're like, well, rock and roll's dead. And I literally said, no, it's not.
I said, not.
I said, I'm not even talking about like newer bands that like that. I'm talking like there are bands that exist today that you could have plucked them from today, put them back in the 70s or 80s.
Rival Sons.
And you wouldn't have known the difference. Right. It's just it's called you people just don't want to move away from what they like because of comfort.
Show me on the Megadeth Risk album where he hurt you.
Yeah.
It's like
crush them.
Like there's so many good bands out there. It's like rock is not dead. I mean, people are purposely trying to kill it by not expanding their catalog.
Yeah, I think that the argument gets. I mean, there's an argument you could make that rock is quote unquote dead, but it's not in the lack of talent at all. It's in the, and this is where people get mad at Gene Simmons for saying that rock is quote unquote dead. But what he's talking about is, the chances of like, say, like I just mentioned the Rival Sons, like a band like that, I think years ago would have already had several platinum records. I mean, sales are way down for physical media. The chances of a band like really like gripping a hold and being around for years and years and years and years to where they gradually, are, revered like in the same way that say Zeppelin was or Sabbath or one of these. It's just like it's so much harder now, I think, for bands to be able to do that just because pop is so, and pop has always been big. I mean, it's always been a big deal. Rock and roll, like real rock and metal, has always been tough. I mean, you have to really love this kind of music to want to go into it and play it, because even the biggest bands in the underground, like, in the 80s, like, at the time, you had Priest and Maiden and Dio before, some of the thrash bands started breaking in. Those were like the three heaviest bands that were big, like huge big. And then, a lot of the other bands were still like theater level or clubs, Sabotage. And over the years, they're bigger worldwide, but all these bands were playing in clubs and stuff back then. So it's never been, Metal Church, anyone you could name, Fates Warning, from back then, like it's always been tough playing this kind of music. So, there are so many bands now. It's like just even like weeding through how much music there is. Rock is far from dead. There's still bands playing live all the time. And I know it's a lot harder is the thing. It's harder to for bands to be able to do it as they're living. Some bands, I think like a band like Clutch has managed to, they've been around a long time, but they've really managed to put it together where they're running their own business. Bonamassa, in terms of like the blues scene and stuff, has his own thing going. I think there's bands been able to navigate that, but it's it takes longer. Whereas back in the day, it seemed like some bands could just jump in, and I don't know what I was just saying.
It's cyclical.
I get started and then I'm like, where did I start that? And I'm not even high. So I apologize, but
It comes in cycles, yeah,
It does.
totally.
Yeah, it
And
totally
I
does.
think I think to touch on what you were talking about earlier, and just this band pops out because there's like a tamp down on the peak of the popularity because everybody wants to label something or critique something or what's the band that the guy tries to sound like Robert Plant? Wolf Mother? Is that the
Greta
band?
Van
No,
Fleet.
Greta Van
Greta
Fleet.
Van
Greta Van
Fleet.
Fleet, yeah.
Mhm.
And so everybody was like, "Oh, well, that's just that," and then they move on. They don't go into the catalog, or whatever. And so I feel like there's a lot of finger pointing of, "Oh, this band's just that," or "This
Mm-hmm.
band's just that," and then people don't, check out their next album or blah blah blah. And then a lot of that also happens to be, "Oh, well, they have a new lead singer. They're not that band anymore.
Right.
Why do they still have that, or their lead guitar player left? Like, why should I even? That's the only reason that I listen to them. Like, there's a lot of pushing and pulling for, there's more pulling to get, you know, everybody away from the core thing, which is to expose yourself to new music. And like there is an influx of, I think some of it has to tie in with the anti-AI boom, where it's like people are bringing amps to shows and stuff, and like wearing jeans and stuff, and like this is the thing that's also a big thing, which is the look, the fashion, the thing. And it's like, we're doing the theatrical with the power. And it's like, here's the thing, it's big and bold. You got to notice it.
Yeah.
And so we hope that we're going to get a good impression on New Eyes, and they look through the whole catalog. Jason's written a lot of good music, and it's just it if you like it, you like it,
It's
and
a
don't be
show.
afraid.
It's a show.
Right.
It's a show. It's a moment for you to get out of your house, to
Yeah.
go experience something, go be around people you like,
Yeah.
Go
and
enjoy, go see the show that, so I really like changed when I saw Injustice for All from Seattle. And when I saw that when I was like 12 years old, I was just like, that is what a stage show should be for a band. When Lady Justice comes crashing to the ground and the stage crumbles, that's amazing stuff. That's like, and especially in that time period. So yeah, go see the show. That's what, get out, go experience something new. Yeah, you could still get on with, like Mike said, the anti-AI boom, where people bringing amps to shows and doing the blue jean metal. That still has its place, and it's still a great place too. And those shows are just as good.
Yeah, I just think it's
Getting out.
important to go see live music. I mean, it's not only to support the bands, but there's it's meaningful. There's a communal aspect to it, like you were saying, like Jason was saying. You go see people you like and hang out. There's always, anytime I go, I'll go to shows. Aaron goes with me to a lot of shows. If I go by myself, I always know like I'm gonna run into at least a handful of people that I know, and it's just like there's just something about that, like
Because you're maintaining the
being one
human
of the people
element.
that like it,
Yeah.
like that. You got your arms around them, you're singing. There's just something about that. Like it's not something you don't get that. Like I love sitting at home and listening to records. I do. I love music in general. It's a different experience. So this is like the community part of it. I also love so much though, and I don't think like I can't separate. I can't have one without the other. Like I have to have the. It's a beautiful thing. I think really when there's like when you're around good people, listening to good music, and you're making friends, and you're hearing new sounds and meeting new people all the time. I mean, I'm one of those old farts that does still keep my eyes and ears out for other bands, because I'm always looking for that. You're always looking for that, for something that makes you feel good.
That's what art's supposed to do. Like when you think
Yeah.
about the origin of art within the human just history, it is meant to bring people together, to celebrate, to put into time itself, like this is what we have done. And it with physical art, like, artwork itself, I feel like uh they decorate space, but with music we decorate time, and it's much more
Exactly.
ephemeral, and uh, we're wont to forget it so much faster because it's not always in front of us. But like in those moments, like you can't remember exactly what the song was doing, but you can remember how you felt. And in that moment, that band is now that memory and that emotion for you. And I feel like if we can give those moments in every show, like no matter where we are, no matter how big the venue is, no matter how big the crowd is, if we can like create connection moments, that will all add up to some point. Because like you said earlier, this is for passion. This is not for fashion. This is not for money. We're making $0 off this. We will be happy if we do not have to pay out of pocket for anything to do with this album. It'd be great. And I know for me that part of the reason that AI just rubs me so wrong, despite the environmental issues, the moral and ethical issues, is that it strips away the essence of art, which is community. Because instead of coming together to create something, you are stealing from your community for a very selfish, petty reason. And there are very selective uses in which AI comes in handy, but they are none of which you can find readily available on the internet. I don't care what image you want to throw together. You can pay someone $5 on Fiverr to do it for you. And you are enriching your community. You are not taking from your community and giving nothing back. And I feel like that's an issue with a lot of metal bands, is they're like, why won't you come support us? And it's just like, well, how many shows have you been to? When are you going to show up?
All right, we're announcing our Kickstarter next album.
No,
Yeah. I'd like
$100,000. All right, we need it by January of 2027.
Is part of it
Yeah.
you gonna build a sauna?
We need a
Winter sun?
sauna. We need to use a Grammy Award-winning producer. We cannot do anything on our own. We are helpless babies.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's right.
I have
If
to
you
duck
need
out
us
real
to
quick.
be AI passionate,
Okay.
Butch, I'm gonna leave this going. I have to duck out. I got something that came
Okay.
up, so I'm gonna
Okay,
keep
what's
this going.
mine,
Thank you guys very much. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you for having
lovely.
us.
Yeah, it was great having you. We'll definitely do this again.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
has been a
gone
lot of
downhill
fun.
quick.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta dip out.
Yeah.
I'm about to say some libelous shit that
Yeah.
Jason won't be too happy with.
Well,
I have been getting myself in too much trouble lately, having opinions like this.
Yeah. Well, let me try to snap it back into what Butch was saying. It's those memories that you make at the shows and with your friends, and it means more, especially like when they're not there anymore. And that's the only thing you have to remember that's tangible. And as musicians, we've seen a lot of people come and go, and it's more special to us, having those moments with those people that are no longer here. So it's like it's super important. You can't get that with AI. You can't get that, just hanging out at home on your Call of Duty or whatever it is,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super important to it because
Okay, old man Mike, hanging out on your Call of Duties,
playing your Xboxes,
playing your Xboxes and
like
your Nintendos
and your Commander decks.
They don't know
Mike
Xbox.
Tyson
They
Punch
only know
Out
and your proxies.
Yar's Revenge on the Atari 2600.
Yars
Yeah.
Revenge.
You and your
Pitfall.
stupid
You and your
covered
ET video
land.
games.
Yeah.
You can't get out of that pit. You're never going to get out of that pit. But
Buried in the desert with the ET games.
That's right. With my Bitcoin computer that I gotta get out of the land,
Get out of the landfill.
landfill. Yeah.
Well, listen, definitely. Thanks for coming on, and I appreciate your time.
Thanks for taking time to talk to us. This has been great.
Absolutely. Yeah. Best of luck with everything. Be looking forward to having that getting the album on vinyl, and hopefully seeing you guys as soon as possible. So I'll definitely remind me when that I'll keep my eyes peeled. That show in September out in Cleveland. Like I said, it's only a couple hours from here, so
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be
We'll
awesome.
yeah, all the
definitely
best to all of
keep
you.
up with it.
Great
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you all.
much.
Thank
Great
you.
to meet
Absolutely.
you. You
Thanks,
stay
man.
safe
Let's do this again.
Absolutely, we
at some
will.
point.
Sure.
Yep. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Take care.
Thank
See ya.
Everyone have a great night.
Metal
Take-
every day, everybody.
Metal
Thank you,
every day.
everyone, for the sake of heaviness.
Heavy.
Oh,
Mike had to dip. Heavy.
Heavy.
Oh, sorry.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See
See
ya.
ya.